Hey guys, Peter here to do an album review. Today I'm here to tell you about the latest from Axel Rudi Pell, Diamonds Unlocked 2, out July 30th on Steam Hammer. This album has 11 tracks, 50 minutes in length, and this is a follow-up to his 2007 recording, Diamonds Unlocked. Now, what can you expect from this album? To me, there's two sides of one coin here. One is the structure, the other one is the soundscape. When you look at the structure of this album, it's a record that has a start, a middle, and a finish. It doesn't feel disconnected from song to song. They created a full-length record, not just a compilation. And you see that from the beginning with the intro and how you move from track to track. The sense of continuity that this album has is absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of balance. There's a lot of the same elements migrating from one song to the other. You still have ebbs and flows. You still have ups and downs. But it's very compact. It's very balanced. And it really allows the listener to follow the roadmap that's put together for you and really get lost within the overall experience. On the other side, you have the soundscape. You have a hard rock, gritty sounding record that kept a lot of the original DNA of these songs intact, but it added that Axel Rudi Pell flavor to it, but very balanced. He took songs from different artists, from different eras, brought them together, gave it his own spin, and created a sense of continuity from track to track. They don't necessarily feel like they're coming from different places. They all feel like they belong together, so they can coexist with one another in the overall design of this album. When you put a structure like this and you put a soundscape like this together, you have that sense of a record. You have that sense of a big picture, being able to see what's in front of you, putting all the right pieces of the puzzle together in order for everything to become clear. That's exactly how this album comes across. It feels like an Axel Rudi Pell album, not just a covers record. Within the soundscape, there's definitely two motors that really push this album forward. Perhaps one is easy to guess, that's the guitars. The other one is the vocals. I love the guitar execution on this album. It has an edge, but it also has a little bit of a classic feel to it from beginning to end. It really expands the quality of the songs. It expands the footprint. It expands the overall experience that this album has at every single turn. Magnificent as far as the execution goes. Really balanced, really well crafted, really well executed, giving a lot of life to the tracks, giving a lot of emotion to the songs, bringing a different side of these tracks to the forefront, giving them a different spin, a different life, a different aroma. Just really well executed. This is a great guitar sounding record through and through. The songs are great, but the edge, the little twists and turns that he added to the construction of these songs, that he added to the musical aspects surrounding the guitars, really sets this apart. It really sets these songs on a different plateau as far as covers are concerned. On the other hand, you have Johnny Geordie on vocals, absolutely phenomenal. This guy has an incredible range, an incredible voice, and he really elevates the quality of these tracks. He's not trying to sound like the original. He's not trying to imitate something that's been done before. He's just singing these songs as if they were his own. And I think that's a key aspect. Once again, really playing well into everything else that is happening, creating a compilation album that feels like a full-length record from a construction, soundscape perspective, adding on to the great guitar execution that this record has to offer. You bring in a vocalist like this that can really deliver, that has a wide range, that has a lot of tools at his disposal. He really brings the songs to life. He really makes the songs his own, and you start to lose yourself in the beauty of the soundscape and the beauty of his vocals from track to track. Just magnificent work all around. When you look at this record, you have to see that this is a pandemic album. If the pandemic is not here, I don't think this album sees the day of light, at least not right now. So I understand the creation aspect, I understand the creativity that drove this album to existence, but guess what? I'm happy that it's here. I really like the take on these songs. Some of them really surprised me, really outside the box. I didn't see this construction, this style, this approach coming. So I really like this design because once again, I felt like I was listening to a full-length album of covers, some of them that I was more familiar with, some of them that I was less familiar with. But the sense of togetherness, the sense of feeling like I'm listening to an album really spoke to me and really made this more of an impactful record than would have been otherwise. Now, as far as standout songs, there's three that immediately jumped to my mind. One of them is Lady of the Lake, originally from Rainbow. They went with the demo version of this song. This is a song that Rainbow never played live. So they took the demo version of the song, they added their Axel Rudi Pell flavor to it, and what you have here is a song that has a lot of control, but still has a lot of melody, a lot of sound, and it's very edgy at times. The vocals add so much warmth to the overall experience. This becomes an immediate standout track from the first time that you run through this record. Next you have She Is a Lady, originally from Paul Anka. What an incredible track. I love how they created this song in terms of how structurally this song is put together. The first half of the song, keyboards, acoustic guitar, and vocals. The vocals really take center stage. They become the driver of the experience, with the keyboards and the acoustic guitar just kind of setting the atmosphere in the background. And then at the halfway mark, the song turns a page, turns a leaf, if you will, and becomes a lot heavier. It becomes a lot more mobile, becomes a little bit edgier. And it definitely moves at a different pace, at a different tempo, with a different, complete different soundscape. The only thing that stays really neutral throughout of this is the vocals, because it doesn't matter if you're in the first half of the track or in the second half of the track, you always feel like the vocals are leading the experience and really guiding you through the overall construction of this song. Last but not least, Painted Black, Rolling Stones original. I've heard many different covers of this song. I've never heard this take. I was surprised by it because it goes really outside the box of what the original is all about. It gives you a different taste, it gives you a different flavor, it gives you a different emotion out of it. It's a really interesting take, it's a really extended take on the original, like I said, completely outside the box. I'm not sure if this is my favorite cover of Painted Black, but it's definitely the most interesting one that I've ever heard. So from that perspective, kudos to them for going a little bit where perhaps no man has gone before. I think there's somebody has gone there before, but they still gave it their own take, their own taste, their own flavor, and made this a very special, very unique, very different song from the original. And I like it from that perspective, even though it's not one necessarily of my favorite covers of Painted Black. This is it. This is Axel Rudi Pell with Diamonds Unlocked 2. Let me know your thoughts on the band. Use the comment section below. I'll be reading those and getting back to you. Take care, guys.